Jayden Chu solo traveled through 6 countries and 18 cities in about 2 years. And the Gen Z Singaporean paid for everything by working odd jobs while studying.
My first solo backpacking trip was in Thailand when I just turned 19, so I went to Bangkok, Chiang Mai and Pai. I eased myself into solo backpacking. So when I first started, it was me and 3 girls. They were from like Sweden, Romania, UK. I went with them and then I liked it so much. Everyone has like the same mindset to like leave everything and see the world, and I like being around people like that. So I went back again in October with one friend and then I went alone in December.
Jayden, who turns 21 this year, felt she had to pay for these trips herself rather than use her allowance.
So since I started solo traveling, my parents actually never approved of it. So I felt like it would be disrespectful for me to use my own allowance that they gave me to travel. So I started picking up ad hoc jobs.
Serving wine at hotels, cleaning gigs, and packing jobs. The first 2 weeks of her school's month-long break would be spent working, and the other 2 exploring a different side of the world.
So an hour, I would earn 12 to 13, and then usually I try and do like 10-hour days because it's like if I travel all the way to work, I don't want to just make $50. I want to stay the whole like 10-hour shift and make 100. So I'll make 100 a day, maybe work 3-4 days a week, and then within 2 weeks it will give me like 800 already. And then 800 can give me 2 weeks in Thailand if I'm like really on a budget. So yeah, that's how I balance it within one polytechnic holiday.
To make her hard-earned money go further, Jayden made every cent count.
So a flight there and back to Singapore costs usually about $200. It should not exceed $300. Hostels is about 10 to 15 a night, so 2 weeks is just about $200. Food is about $3 to $4 a meal. Going out is probably a bit more, like maybe $10 a day. So within one day, I can spend about 15 plus 10 plus. I would spend less than $50 a day on accoms, food, everything. I would eat at markets, yeah, I avoid restaurants. Hostels, like choosing to share a room with like 20 people instead of having your own hotel room saves you a lot of money. Flights, so I don't carry baggage. I save about $60 to $70 per flight by not carrying baggage.
Throughout the rest of her polytechnic years, Jayden's holidays revolved around the same cycle. Make money fast, spend it all, and repeat.
Yeah, I usually spend all my money. In fact, like on my first few trips when I didn't have enough, like I would have to borrow money from my sister to book a return flight back home. And then when I want to travel again after that, I have to first pay her back and then start earning money again from scratch.
Jayden packed in 4 trips in less than a year, squeezing in work and travel during her holidays. But in late 2023, a call with a TikTok influencer friend changed everything.
So one day I was on a call with one of them and he just mentioned how he was making like a few hundred for one video, and then it made me reflect on like the 10 hours I spent to make just $100 and how he was making like a few hundred in just an hour. So that immediately inspired me. Like something clicked in my brain and I decided that I wanted to do that because it was something I could do while I'm overseas. It's something that will give me solid income and it required less time as a whole, so I could do it while studying.
So instead of working to travel, Jayden started working while traveling, and she quickly attracted over 20,000 followers.
With my content and sharing about backpacking, I actually got to open like the Singaporean mindset of what backpacking really is, so that's what I like. And so many people have messaged me saying like, because they saw my videos, they went on their first solo trip or they're gonna try backpacking. And it made me really happy because it was something that like Singaporeans didn't know much about. I had no boss telling me what to do, I could post whatever I wanted. I also like that I could do it overseas. Like it was perfect for me because I film myself overseas, I post content, I get money to travel overseas some more. So it's really something that, it was really a dream.
Soon, it wasn't just fellow adventure seekers watching her videos. Brands came calling and she started getting sponsorships.
From one video I can earn about 500 to 700, and slowly as my engagement and followers increase, I can earn more from that. So that's me putting in like 30 hours of work posting a video every day and getting 700 in return. So in the end, on average, I make about maybe 2,000 a month from content creation itself. My flight is tomorrow.
She stopped doing her different part-time jobs and became a full-time content creator. This earned her up to 6 times more per hour than her odd jobs.
So back then, I would take like 80 hours to make $800. Now I'm spending 30 hours to make about $1,000 to $2,000. So it definitely is very worth it.
With her content creation career, she's able to stretch her travel from 2 weeks to a month, visiting more places at one go. The extra income allows her to enjoy exclusive experiences, and there's even enough left to save for a rainy day.
I feel like when I work hard for my own money, I don't ever feel guilty spending it because I worked hard with the goal of spending for myself here and there compared to like if the money came to me easily. I also believe that if you feel like something is right for you, you should just pursue it because every single person I knew was against me backpacking. I don't think a single Singaporean told me to go for it, but I knew that it was something I really wanted to do, so I did it anyway. I had family members send me like a chat of like paragraphs of like prayers, thinking I was going to die there.
She's happy with content creation for now, but is also realistic about its long-term prospects.
It's a good side hustle to have, but I don't think I'll ever pursue it as a full-time thing because I think it fluctuates too much to give me a sense of stability. Hopefully within the next 4 or 5 years it can sustain, but I also know that with something like this, there's always like an expiry date.